I'm gonna teach you how to do basic ass animations with MSP, cause like this community be lacking. Can I get a hello? No? Okay, oh shut up. Yeah, that was Paisley. Say hi, Paisley.
Hola! Hi.
So, first step, you need a character to animate. Luckily, I prepared that already. This is a recreation of one of my original characters in my series, The Unknown. And this is Kendra. Wow. Oh my gosh, she looks so spicy. So, what you're gonna do is start with your character template. And how to get that first, you go to Artbook and you basically get a green screen screenshot of your character. So I'm guessing a majority of you guys already know like how to do this. Like, you know, you just get your character here. Like, I'm gonna show you right here, right? I'm gonna show you right here. Like, take a little screenshot and stuff. Like, ooh, spicy as heck. Like, ooh. No, don't do that. Stop right now. What the heck you doing? Throw that shit away right now. What the no? I'm gonna show you how I really do it. So for me, when I animate my characters, I usually animate them naked. And I animate them naked because it's easier for me to see the body movement because the clothes are in the way. So it's, for me, it's smarter that way. But I don't know, you might do it differently. Like, I ain't judging. We all edit differently, so. But if I'm being pretty lazy, then I just keep the clothes on. But right now, I'm gonna be using this template over and over, so I might as well just have it the way it is. So yeah. Oh my god, wait. Oh, I got a phone call.
I'm gonna make an MSP version where there's gonna be a strip.
Hello? Okay, bye. As said, you strip down your character and then just give them underwear or something like that. So here we have what you called a character template. Before I take a screenshot though, the idea is to have all the limbs like somehow exposed, like for themselves, like they're not like stuck together. What I usually do is I try and find an animation that really isolates all the limbs. Here is an example of a really good animation that I highly recommend, which is called the Caveman scratching animation. This animation is so good because, as you can see, the arms and legs are isolated. So yeah. So after you've taken that screenshot, what you can do now is do the same thing but with clothes on. So those are two types of screenshots I needed, one without clothes and one with clothes. And now we're going to focus on the head. For me, I really want really good quality with my animations and the face. And what I usually do, I zoom in on the character's face. I get rid of the hair because the hair is always in the way with stuff like this. You can just add it on later. But yeah, I usually do this. And like that. Let me just get rid of her shirt. I usually do this. And I take a screenshot when the character is looking over here, and then I'm basically just done with the character. And what comes next is the accessories or the hair. This is a really good hair to start with if you're animating. Like hair like this, like hair that's in updos, buns, like bobs, is like super easy to like work with when you're animating. Like I recommend using like short hairs when you're learning how to animate hair. Later on, like I can do a hair animation tutorial if that's wanted. Like you can just comment down below if you want that. But yeah, I'm just looking for the hair right now. Here you go. I bought it 2 times because I'm stupid. Here's the hair that we're gonna be using. I'm just gonna take a screenshot. So now what you're gonna do is basically go in Photoshop. My Photoshop is in a totally different language, but it's fine because it still means the same thing. I can just translate everything because yeah. But you make a new document, choose a vertical portrait format. I have the width and height of 1440 with 2560, and I basically have a vertical format template thing here. And what I basically do is I put in all of the screenshots that I took earlier, and yeah, it should kind of look like this. I usually just start off with the body. Scale it up a little bit. To do this, you need basic like Photoshop knowledge. There are a lot of tutorials and like introduction videos on how to use Photoshop online, so you can do that. Oh my god, did someone like subscribe to my channel or something? So now you've done that, what you need to do is get rid of the green around your character. And your character template should basically be looking like this right now. When you're done with that, what you're gonna do is just start cutting up the limbs. And this really shouldn't even take that long. Like for me, it takes like maybe 10 minutes, probably less, to cut it up. So I'm just gonna quickly do it right now. You can just follow me. Yeah, when I get lazy, I usually just do this. Like I just duplicate layers and like just cut up the limbs a bit more quicker because I am a really lazy editor. Like I love life hacks and just being lazy with editing sometimes, because sometimes in my opinion just shit just takes so long. Or no, in my opinion it just takes so long to do, so I just like being quick. The technique I'm using right now, I use the lasso tool and I kind of cut around it like a stump, like this, like cut around the limb like this. Then I right click and then I click something that should be called layer via copy or something, like new layer copy or something like that. What Photoshop does, it just copies that on a new layer, as you can see here. So these are basically new layers I created by just copying it with the lasso tool. When you're done with this, your layer should be looking like this. So now we're done with the legs, let's continue with the arms. And I've already copied the base layer to prepare for cutting the arms. So what I usually do, I don't know, you can do it many ways. I like getting into the whole drawing aspect of just like using Photoshop, so I usually just like do stuff like this. So you can also use a lasso tool to like help you out. Something like that. I just duplicated the layer just in case. Like that's a habit I do too. I have a lot of habits when I edit. Like what you're gonna do here is just cut it out again. Same way with the legs, but for the arms. Now that you're done with this arm, you can just like get rid of it. And see, when I said I have these habits, yeah, this is where they come in and actually come through, because I just realized I just erased the arm by accident. But so yeah, we have all these limbs, and now what we're gonna do is fix them up and also name these layers. Anyway, so yeah, so now that you're done with that, your character should basically be looking like this. Spicy, spicy, spicy. Okay, now you're done with that, start with fixing up the head layer. And as I said earlier, I usually take another screenshot of the head, and that's where this comes in. So what I do is I get the wand tool and I just select the eyebrow, and I click layer via copy or something, copy new layer, and same thing here, copy new layer, and then I just draw over the eyebrow with the same skin color. How to do that, you basically get the eyedrop tool, click on the face, and get that skin color you were using before. You've done that, it should look like this. Oh my god, eyebrow snatched. Like now I start with cutting the eye. What you're basically gonna do is get a new layer, and you're gonna create the whites of the eyes. Basically, just place this layer under all of the eyelid layers. It should be right over the head base, and you just draw white over them like this. And you should have eye whites like this. Now that you're done with that, I usually work with cutting out the nose because sometimes the eyelids overlap the nose. I usually have this nose layer over everything else. Now that we have the eye whites here, just name the layer because I forgot. People might not take it seriously with naming your layers. When animations get tough, you really need to know what layers you're working with. So like, in my opinion, I just really recommend just naming your layers because it does such wonders for you. Like seriously, just helps you out. So what I'm doing is that I'm making my own eyeballs and I'm just gonna time skip because it's not really that important. Like everyone has their own style with art and drawing their eyes, and I'm just gonna quickly do mine right now. So yeah. Okay, I'm basically done with my eyes right now, so cool. So now that you're done with your eye, what you're gonna do now is move it over into your character template and have them under all of your eyelid layers. You can now duplicate that layer, I call it IR, and just move it over to the other eye. It should look like this. So now you're done with that, what you basically do now is start with the eye shading. There's so many different ways to shade eyes. Like you can look up techniques online, even Pinterest. Like I do this too sometimes. Like especially with Kira, like her eyes look really dramatic sometimes. They shade it like this and they just blur their eye out like this, and it gives like this really dramatic effect, which is pretty nice in my opinion. Like I like effects like this, but for me, like my style, I am pretty like cartoony with the way I do eyes, and I try to like keep the MSP vibe still there but not really there at the same time because that's my style, I guess. Like you can like experiment with like what you like and find out what you enjoy doing when you animate and stuff. I don't know, maybe I do want it. I really don't know. I'm like kind of indecisive right now. Or this is why I talk about experimenting with what you like. Because when you experiment with what you like, you start to like know more, start to understand like what your style is. Switching over your style over time shouldn't even be much of a big deal. Because I switch up my style a lot. I'm gonna merge this together and I'm gonna name this layer eye shading. When you're done with that, you can add some spice to it, and this is what I call eye shimmer. I don't know what other people call it, but I call it eye shimmer. It just adds some spice, makes the eye like pop out a bit more.